Welcome back to Magnificently Black, where we elevate Black excellence. Today, we have the pleasure of having Dr. Antoine Duane Jones. He is a celebrity photographer, visionary, and creator, and he is the founder of Pearly Awards and the Majority Greek magazine. So, hey, Jen. Hey, Antoine. How y'all doing today?
Going on, good
Hello.
people.
Okay. Hey world, hey world. So we are so glad that you were able to join us today. And Antoine is actually he's one of the people I've actually have been trying to get on the podcast, and other people have been actually talking about him. You may have heard Jeff and his
Mm.
podcast actually speak about him, and other brothers of Phi Beta Sigma. So can you tell us who you are and what is your why behind that?
Oh man, I'm me. I'm Antoine Duane Jones. You know, Spring '99 initiative, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm an HBCU grad from the Fayetteville State, North Carolina, Fayetteville State, in the House representing Pod chapter and all that. So
Yeah, yeah.
I just do what I do. I love my HBCU life. I love to serve. I'm a dad. Yeah, I'm a photographer. I'm a magazine owner. All that good stuff. So just all that stuff wrapped into one, just to make everything cohesive and make it grow, make an impact.
Hmm.
Look, we love to hear that. A fellow HBCU grad.
Absolutely.
Virginia, I'm going to say Jen went to North Carolina Central in
All
Yep.
right,
Durham, and I went
all
to
right.
Virginia State in Petersburg, Virginia. So
As we are, HBCU
shout
love
out.
out there.
Oh yeah.
So when you said that you graduated from HBCU, did you do any activities when you were in school, or how did you like the HBCU experience? How about that?
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
outside of fraternity, I mean, like I tell most black folks, if you get the opportunity to go to an HBCU, do it. Especially if they have your program, area, your concentration, then do it, because for me, it's really going to be the only time ever in your life where you'll be in the room and y'all the majority. Like, because once
Hmm.
you leave, I mean, and I live in Atlanta, and I mean, I see black folks all the time, but still, even in that sense, like the majority, like college educated black folks
Hmm.
going for their goals, like the HBCU is going to be where it's at. So I was in all
Yeah.
type of activities. I was involved in Lambda, which is the college level FBLA. I was the president and the regional vice president. I was in NAACP. I was in Future Alumni Association. Like, I was just busy, 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 and still, had enough time to act a fool with the pod chapter in the Sigma brothers. So yeah, I have my hands full, and I did, I lived the college life.
Yeah.
Nice.
I tell my daughter that all the time. There's nothing like that experience with going to HBCU, especially if you came from a background that I came from in the country. Right. So I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me, professionals. So when I went to school, I told her I ate all of that opportunity up to see, how, Black professors and teaching us, how to elevate our career and experiences. I told her if she ever gets the chance to go to an HBCU, undergrad is the time to do it. You have all the time in the world to do anything else, but that social experience and that social lightness, you're only going to get from an HBCU. So I tried. She's a junior now, so she's trying to figure out where she wants to go, and
Right.
Perfect time.
I hope she chooses an HBCU, but we will see.
Yeah, man. Like my whole experience, like I went to a predominantly white school from pre-K to 12th grade. So even the
Yeah,
first black teacher I ever had was in college. Like I didn't even have a black teacher until I got
yeah,
there. It was
exactly.
Man.
Me
different,
too.
So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was amazing.
Me too.
Okay. So do you think that having like being so active on campus led you to start like the organization, like your magazine and other things that you do in the community now?
I wouldn't say the organization, but I definitely attribute it to going to an HBCU, because that's where I got the education from, and it meant being a
Hmm.
member of an organization. So once I finally got down to Atlanta, I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina after I graduated and got a job in finance and real estate market crash. I was becoming a teacher and I was teaching, but I had started photography before I started teaching. So I was doing both kind of full time. And once I felt that I was too big for Fayetteville, then that was the move to Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Once I got to Atlanta, that's when the gap was like, okay, I started shooting for PR firms and marketing firms and branding companies. And I was shooting celebrities and all that kind of stuff on the back end. But then you start noticing like, dang, like everybody's Greek in Atlanta. He's like, I'm shooting a celebrity. Oh, the PR person's Greek. Oh, the assistant's Greek. This person's Greek. So I was like, yo, there is no Essence style magazine for Greeks. There is nothing. It never existed before. And that's we started something that's never been this type of magazine. We all have magazines, but there's no
What's going on with the internet?
there's no lifestyle and
Can you
fashion
hear me,
magazine.
Jennifer?
Yeah, we can hear
Mhm.
you. We can hear you.
Yeah.
You just frozen.
Lord.
Oh, there you go. You're
Okay.
back.
Okay. I was like, wait. Okay.
So once we got to that point where I realized that it wasn't this thing, it's like, okay, why not create it? We started the magazine and started getting traction. COVID hit, and then we had to kind of like double back. So once we came out of COVID, it was like, well, what do I do to make this thing better? So that's when I started the
Yeah.
awards. So that's another historic thing. There's never been a Grammy or Oscar style award show catered around Greeks as well. So it was like we have two things started by somebody that went to a HBCU, started by somebody that's actually in the D9. So it's not like somebody outside of the organization are trying to profit off of us. It's like this is all us, by us, for us. Celebrating, giving flowers to people that have been doing what they do in the community and their jobs and all that forever. So it just made sense to me. And like I said, it all comes back to that HBCU marketing degree.
Yeah, that background and being able to grab those opportunities, knowing that we don't have this magazine for people or Greek people, is an achievement. So I just wonder, like, going into that and building on, coming up with the magazine, coming up with the other things that you did, can you tell the people or the listeners how hard it was to achieve getting and grasping this? Because a lot of people are going to ask, I have this vision, but I don't know how to move forward with it, right? I don't have the network. How did you
Right.
get that network and started getting to interview celebrities?
Well, shoot, I mean, it's been hard. I mean, so I've lived in Atlanta almost 9 years now. I think it took about 5 years, 5.5, almost 6 years, just to get to the point where people are like, "Who is that?" Because you move to a new area, you gotta start over, right? You start over, and then you get meeting people, meet people. People already have photographers. People already have their crew there, so you have to break into that. So it took like 4 years, just to break into.
Wow.
Okay, he's a good photographer, and then keep pushing connections from magazines or whatever. Like, hey, if we're gonna shoot your people and they're Greek, then let me double that and use that for the magazine as well. And we start growing and growing and growing. So it's all relationship building. Really, you just gotta, shoot your shot. Like sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta say, hey, I ask, and people say no, they say no. I mean, it just is what it is. Like people gonna say no. 500
Yeah.
no's. One yes can change your life, and I've always kind of contributed to. Like I'm going to ask. You say no, you say no, and then how I finance the Pearly Awards. Because remember, now the only thing about us, we gotta see stuff happen before we jump on it, right? Like that's just us. Like, I'm Greek and I'm a celebrity photographer, and people ain't care about that. They still don't care. It's like I'm still trying to grow the presence of the magazine and award show, but the only reason why I was able to even start the Pearly Awards is I fully funded it by myself. So that first show that we had in Atlanta, I dropped like $12,000-$15,000 out of my own pocket, and the only reason I could do that is because as a single, I was on my daughter's head, like, yo, I'm a single dad. You gotta go to school for free, so I'm gonna be on your head about these grades. So
Yeah.
I saved that money. I saved that money just in case we needed to use it for her education. But she did go to Georgia State for free, so I used that money, that mattress money, to fund the first. So we didn't kind of.
Well, that's awesome. That's a great story. I actually started a website business, but I'm still trying to get that reach, right? And those no's sometimes for me were devastating, and so I would slow my pace, right? So you have to keep your pace up. So I'm trying to tell myself from now on, Jennifer, you got to keep the pace up. There's going to be a lot of these. So I'm still trying to move about to get it started, but it's small and slow.
So I wrote a book in 2019 called The Down Entrepreneur, right? And that's like my favorite. So it's a guide. It's like a 34-page guide. You can start anywhere. You can start 25, 10, 1, 3, and it gives you just practical applications for like if you're starting a business or your business is kind of slow, you want to figure out tips, you can go for that, right? But that's my favorite chapter is like who is your best friend? Is what I'm gonna ask you. Who's your best friend in business? Who's your best friend?
Nobody.
The answer is the word no.
Me, no.
The answer is the word no. Your best friend in business should be no, because
Oh,
you got to be cool enough with the word no to hear it a million times and it not bother you, so that you ultimately get to that yes. Because you're gonna hear it a million times. You gotta be so cool. No, okay, cool. I ain't even trying to hear that. Man, shoot, it took me like 6 months to even get the first cover feature when I came down here. I was gonna move here, so for 6 months, I emailed our soror Selena Johnson. Or I DM'd her on IG. I'm a dope photographer. I'm moving to Atlanta. Like, yo, you gonna have to work with me. I DM her. I'm a dope photographer. Nothing. 4 months went by, seen nothing. And then finally, after 6 months, she was like, "All right, Fry, hey, okay, cool. I'm in Lincoln." Link with her sister, who was also soror. She linked the magazine I was shooting for, and boom, now we got a relationship, and we've been rocking for 9 years now. Well, yeah, 9 years, all on me, just blown by the no, blown by her. She ain't even look at my DM for a while. Then she said, "All right." Then she looked at it. Then she didn't say nothing. Then she finally said something. If I would have gave up on them no's, then I never would have been today. Like I would never even got if I wouldn't have been persistent in that.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think that is a good, I guess, thing for me to hear, because I don't have a lot of people in my space that are starting businesses, right? They're just 9 to 5 people, right? So my goals are a little bit different. So all I have is myself to keep me and motivate me up. So that's something good for me. But I
Absolutely.
love what you're doing. I'm seeing a lot of your stuff on Instagram. Like, yo, the stuff that he's doing is amazing, and the people that you're, featuring. I know it took a lot of hard work.
Congratulations on everything on Instagram. Your
Hmm.
Instagram presence is top tier. Like you
Yeah,
have
for
so much
sure.
photographs, so much presence, so much artwork up there. Listeners, if you have a chance, please go check out his page because he has a lot of followers. Actually, some information that to share with y'all, he has over 18,000 followers.
Yes.
And that means his growth, and he's actually spoke to him before the podcast and talked about how to develop the podcast more, how to develop our
Hmm.
brand more. And that's one of the things that he does, and he is very helpful with that. His brand is I was like,
Yeah.
he is very, and that's one thing that me and Jen were talking about is like we're trying to get our brand more like built more and to reach more people and to
Hmm.
have that community too, So
So that's so
okay.
I think we talked about this like behind the scenes. Like, so to me, and I give this to every person that I do mark, because I do brand consulting, or whatever, content creation, content management for people. And the number one question I always ask people, I say, have you ever been inside a dirty Walmart? So have y'all ever been inside a dirty Walmart?
Yeah.
Now let's take it back.
Yeah.
Have you ever been inside a Walmart that looked dirty from the outside? Like you got out of the car and it looked dirty. Did you go into that Walmart?
No.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Okay. So
Mm-mm.
that's all marketing is. Is it if the outside looks amazing, then at least gives you opportunity for people to come in the store. Right. So
Right.
that's what I put my whole reputation on. Images, everything. And people like, I'll
Hmm.
just take my phone, like, nah, or I'll do that. No, like your image is the first thing people see. People got husbands and wives based off an image first. Now, even that, I'm
Mm.
old, right? So I'm going on 48. And remember when we had like I mean, I'm older than y'all, but the cars, everybody had the car with the 24s on them and all that stuff, and the candy paint and all that. The car looking dope. Man, you get on the inside of some of them things, man, the carpet all tore up, the seats is all messed up and everything, but the car looked dope from the outside. I got people what they wanted. Get people in the car, get people in the store. Then it's your opportunity to close the deal but at least you got to get them into the store first. And that's like,
Right.
so if
Understood.
photographer, I've chosen every picture to post on social media. There should never be a bad picture because I'm the one who chose it. Like I'm the one who put it up
Mhm.
there. If it was me, I wouldn't post it. And I look at pictures, I'm like, oh, I don't even like that joint today. But I have to make sure that my image is everything. Everybody knows image is like my number one thing because I'm a photographer first. So everything gonna look clean, look amazing. Everything I post, I may don't rant on social media. Don't be fussing and cussing people out on social media. Don't do all kind of crazy stuff. Like everything needs to be on brand, whether it's a personal page, your business page, your Facebook page. It don't matter because I'm gonna just do what I need to do to make sure I get the job done.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. Okay. So if you were to, hmm, what is your, I'll say, what is your favorite type of picture to take for a business? Like, what would you recommend? Would it be a professional picture or like your business? Like, have a T-shirt, like, because we're thinking about getting T-shirts with Magnificently Black on it. So I want to
Hmm.
know
All
your
right.
perspective on how do
So
we
for y'all, or for
attract
me, for you or
for
for
us,
me? Oh, I mean,
for you?
so I mean, it's just branding. Yeah, branding is a part. So you want out t-shirts, you get a coffee mug with Magnificently Black on it, get some cue cards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is that, again, people need to see that the brand is clean. You know, get a little
Hmm.
neon sign in the back if you want to, whatever. I mean, but just people need to see it all the time. And you know, like I said, everything you put out needs to be spotless. So if you got hire a graphic designer or something like that, that's really, really dope. Cool, do that. I mean, but that's easy for me. I started in fashion photography, so that's my foundation. Everything looks like that because that's my foundation. So I like fashionable couture,
Yeah.
very rich colors and shadows and all that. That's my thing. So even
Yeah.
regular pictures look like that. So that's what I make my brand off is that I started as a fashion photographer. So even if I did a wedding, it's gonna look
Nice.
fashionable. Senior pictures, whatever. It's gonna have that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah. And I
That
have a
is
question
cute.
that other people might have as well when you're doing a podcast. For instance, for me and Court, we're in two different states, right? So getting
Mhm.
content to match up, for instance. So we're either both of us are gonna have to um take pictures or do content. We'd have to share that responsibility as far as like being able to push content like we want to. Well, what do
Right.
you have for a suggestion when we're in two different spots trying to um, have one page, create one page for our particular podcast? What
Well,
suggestion would you
y'all
have for
not
that?
y'all not that far away though. So I mean, y'all can meet in Charlotte or
No.
Rock Hill, do a photo shoot. You know, then y'all just strategize from there. Y'all got to get some content
Yeah.
together. I mean, it could be
Hmm.
some photo shoots where y'all. I don't particularly like doing separate photo shoots and try to Photoshop stuff together. I just don't personally like that. To me, you can tell it's kind of cheesy to me, but
Yeah.
meet in Rock Hill, Charlotte, make the day of it, do a photo shoot, go do some content on the street or something like that. You could do a street team
Yeah.
thing too, because I think I'm gonna do that with the podcast. I'll start with Coco Brown. I think we're gonna do some street type stuff too, where we're just kind of on the streets and just kind of, hey, stop somebody and ask them a crazy question because it's your opinion. So we can ask
Yeah.
anybody. So I'm gonna stop some white folks on the street. Hey man, what do you think about Trump? Oh, you see what they say, or hey, what about,
Oh,
what I'm saying?
Nice.
About Jasmine Crockett, or what do you feel about this 50-50 marriage, relationship stuff? Man, this is kind of questions that people will have an opinions on, and they'll be strong, but you
hmm.
get people reactions. So that's always something that we could do to make people
Hmm.
feel great. It's like you ask people their opinions. You take it, y'all interviewing magnificent people because I didn't seen some of the folks that y'all interviewed. Like it's cool. I mean, you got personalities
Yeah.
that came on the show. You got people that are doing their thing. Jeff, West, Bo Wiggles, and them. Like it's been some folks on there that's that they're busy and they're doing what they do. So all you gotta do is just keep tapping
Yeah.
in and then tell them, hey, send us
Yeah.
some people because I know all kind of people in Raleigh. I know people in Durham. I know people in North Carolina, South Carolina. I travel so much, so I know people
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm thinking then we need to come together to do these shoots sometimes, not just always separate. We need to
Right.
come to
Yeah.
an equal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Equilocation. So you said you travel a lot. I have seen
yeah,
that the Pearly Awards will be traveling. How
yeah.
does that work?
So
And where's
that's
your
the
next place?
so so again the whole overall premise was I've never created any. So even when I started the magazine, it was supposed to end up as a national magazine, but it should have regional or city issues because there's no way I could possibly cover amazing people in every city and state that has panhandling council. So we have a national magazine ultimately down the road, but it had to start somewhere. So Atlanta would have a magazine, Chicago would have a magazine, Charlotte would have a magazine, Raleigh Durham would have a magazine, Texas, Dallas would have a magazine. And that's kind of how I envisioned the Pearly Awards. It's supposed to start at one day, and by year 3, it's supposed to be 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Driveway,
And
emoji,
it's ultimately be like it started in Atlanta, year 1, year 2, it was Atlanta and Houston. And year 3 this year, year 2 was Atlanta, Houston, and Fayetteville, North Carolina. And then this is year 3. So Atlanta, Houston, Fayetteville, Augusta. And then next year is year 4, Atlanta, Houston, Augusta, Dallas, Jacksonville, Orlando, Fayetteville, Charlotte. Like, so it'll be like we're kind of slated for like 12 shows for 2026 right now. So I'm only going to be responsible for 2. But again, that's the part where we want to make sure if we want to highlight everybody in these different areas and basically metropolitan cities that have a good D9 presence, then I can't be worried about the money. Like it can't be all about money for me because I just kill myself trying to. It's like a McDonald's franchise. So it's like I'm only responsible as a director for Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Atlanta because those are my 2 like foundations. I crossed at Fayetteville and I live in Atlanta. So those are the 2 cities that I'm like directly in charge of. But all the other cities have directors, and they're responsible for the venue and all that kind of stuff. And then we market together. We get all this stuff. I do the awards. I do the branding material like McDonald's. Like everything's branded. I just show up with the branding materials and all that. They got the venue and the DJ and the catering. We make a great show. We honor the people we honor. We split the money and we go about our business. And then my split will ultimately get lower and lower as the years go on because I just want to have a legacy. I want this joint to be in 32 cities and then major show in LA or Atlanta every year like the Grammys. I mean, it's really built like the Grammys. We just had to start somewhere. So it'll be one overall major, big show like Essence show where it's a week-long thing that leads up to the Essence Awards type thing. That's my vision for it. And it's just getting people to understand that's the ultimate goal. And that you in the city that we don't have one in, you in Kansas City or Detroit, any major city that has a D9 president, this shows for them. I just got to grow it to the point where people, it's a recognizable name. That's it. That's my challenge.
Beautiful. So look, as that is a beautiful thing that is able to travel, because that's what when I was looking on your Instagram, I was like, that is so cool that you're able to go to like Texas and shine light on what they're doing in their community, because what we see here in Georgia is not what they see in Texas.
Right.
And like the D9 is strong. We have chapters all over. So definitely letting them know that they are not forgotten. That's definitely a beautiful thing.
So let me give you an example of how dope it was. The show in Houston last year, we honored her, Sigma Gamma Rho, Gay Lang. She has been active and financial member of Sigma Gamma Rho without any lapse for 54 years.
Wow.
Active and financial. I mean, she paid her dues since 1974.
Wow.
Every year. She was a cheerleader. She was a cheerleader at her college when they started integration. So her and her other cheerleader homegirl was the only 2 Black cheerleaders going to a white school to cheer in front of white folks. Like, dope.
That's
like,
history. That's history.
We're trying to unveil in the magazine. And we're trying to honor people with like, you got a lifetime achievement award. Like, I know people that have been in organizations for 50 years. I don't know many that have never missed a year. You know how blessed you got to be in your life to never, you had enough money your whole 54 years that you never missed some dues. Like,
yeah.
And you were dedicated enough to pay her like that. And you did the work.
And that, I'm gonna say, and she did the work. And the fact that you just said she was a cheerleader, and it was only
Hmm.
her and another black person, like that is that shows that she went through a lot, definitely,
Right.
undergrad, graduate, and outside. So, and segregation. Oh man, I can only
Man,
imagine.
come on, man. You
Yeah.
already know what they heard. You know what they
Mm,
heard. You know what they felt. You
mm,
know the energy they felt. Just the
yeah,
intensity of just you out there and still just doing that thing. Man, that's
yeah, and
amazing.
it's
That's amazing, bro.
yeah. So you saying that who do you have your top three people you're taking photos of, or did let's say did interviews with? We'll do that. You've done interviews with,
I don't know, man. Man, so I don't know. That's a hard one to say who's the top three
right?
because I don't
I
really.
can tell by
So
just your
my thing
story.
when I came into photography, it wasn't about celebrities.
Mm,
I started shooting celebrities. Then I changed my whole mantra. It was like, I want everybody to feel like a celebrity. I'm not the most
yeah,
expensive photographer. I'm not the cheapest, but if you walk in the door to shoot with me, I want you to feel when you walk out. I want you to feel like a Selena Johnson. I want you to feel like a Willie Moore Jr. I want you to feel like a Steve Bailey. Like I want you to be like, "Yo, I did that day today, man. We killed that joint." I want you to be, "Ooh," I want you to be looking at your phone like, "Ooh, this
Yeah.
is." Yeah, I want you. Yeah, I want
I
you to be
like
like,
that.
"Hey, let's come back and do something else." Because it just that's the experience I want you to have. I want you to have a good time. I want you to laugh and giggle. But I want to create some stuff like, "Yo, we created that. Like that's gonna last forever." So I don't have any
I
celebrity. I mean, I love the fact, like, I love Selena to death because she was really the first person to ever give me a chance. I built on that, so I always got respect for her. But celebrity shoot that I was really like, oh my god, I can't. No, I mean, it all feel like everybody, I have some regular shoots with everyday folks that was like went viral. You know, we did the Spider Woman joint, and that joint went viral. You know, and that was a
oh,
former military person. We did that Black Panther series, and I got pictures of my sister who was also a soror of that went viral.
Wow.
You know, them some of the regular people don't went viral more than the celebrity joints did. So the celebrity part don't matter. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta anyway. Everybody's celebrity,
love
which
that.
means nobody's celebrity. I mean, everybody. You can see Usher them
Yeah.
at the grocery store. I don't
You
really
right.
move. Yeah, I like it. I just
I
like to
love that.
work, bro.
I love that. We love to have people that, like when you just said, you create vibes, you create a moment for people, and that's why people definitely come back to you for services, and definitely
Yeah.
love taking pictures, and people want to help. So, uh, I just want to say I enjoyed this episode. We're gonna have to record this again because we had some technical difficulty,
Yeah.
listeners, but we're going to definitely keep in contact. And Antoine definitely has, like, he's actually looking for ambassadors as well for the Pearly Awards. That's one of the things he is saying on Instagram. If you're interested, send him a message. You can find him on Instagram, and actually I think you can, if you type in his name, you can definitely find him on Instagram because I did it earlier. um but with that being said, I would like to say thank you for joining us today.
Thank
And I
you.
just want to say, keep doing what you're doing because people are going to
Hmm.
keep, they're going to see you, and we're going to keep pushing you and keeping pushing your brand, and just let know people that you are here and you're here to stay. Whether it's Fayetteville, Atlanta, Houston, Texas, I want our listeners to please support the Pearly Awards, support my brother, and frat brother, and just let him know that you see him for photography. If it is his podcast that is coming up, because that's something also, he has a podcast that's coming up as well. You can get see that on Instagram, and then he also be in the kitchen sometime cooking. So check
Yeah, man,
that
Yeah.
out.
it's a retirement job. You know, I've been doing photography 20 plus years, so it's time to let some of the young guns do it. So
Oh,
I'm just exploring that new phase of life. You know what I'm saying? I like to eat, I like to travel, so I might as well learn how to do it a little bit better.
Nice. So with that, listeners, please like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube page. We're on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You're gonna see our beautiful faces, you know. But thank you, Dr. Antoine, and we hope to talk to you again. And thank you so much.
All right, see you soon.
All right. All right. See you soon.